Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Today we are going to study the topic minimum support price. Before presentation I would like to introduce myself. I am Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. I have done M.Sc Agriculture with specialization in Agronomy from Pant University of Agriculture and Technology Pantnagar in 1996 and presently associated with private job in seed industry. So let's proceed. Minimum support price is the price at which government purchases crops from the farmers, whatever may be the price for the crops. Minimum support price is an important part of India's agricultural price policy, as its declaration before the sowing time assures farmers agricultural income, besides providing a clear price signal. The minimum support price helps to incentivize the farmers and thus ensures adequate food grains production in the country. It gives sufficient remuneration to the farmers, provide food grain supply to buffer stocks, and supports the food security program through public distribution system and other programs. The minimum support price is an agricultural product price set by the government of India to purchase directly from the farmer. This rate is to safeguard the farmers to a minimum profit for the harvest if the open market has lesser price than the cost incurred. Objectives of minimum support price. The objective of minimum support price is to give guaranteed price and assured market to the farmers and protect them from price fluctuations. In 2018-19, the government raised the MSP of both Kharif and Rabi crops to ensure a return of at least 50% above the cost of production to enhance farmers' income. Minimum support price is thus to ensure remunerative prices to the growers, for by increasing higher investment and production. It also aims to bring a balanced realization of sufficient food production and consumption needs at the same ensuring adequate and affordable food grains to all the people. The minimum support price is aimed to assure remunerative and relatively stable price environment for the farmers by inducing them to increase production and thereby augment the availability of food grains, improve economic access to food to people, and evolve a production pattern which is in the line with overall need of the economy. Now the commodities under minimum support price. A total of 23 commodities are covered by minimum support price mechanism, and the Indian government sets the price twice a year for Kharif and Rabi season. Under cereals there are 7 crops like paddy, wheat, maize, sorghum, pearl millet, barley and ragi. Under oilseeds there are 7 crops registered like groundnut, rapeseed mustard, soybean, sesame, sunflower, safflower and Niger seed. Under pulses there are 5 crops like gram, tur, moong, urd and lentil, and under commercial crops there are 4 crops listed like copra, coconut, sugarcane, cotton and rajut. Now fixing of minimum support price. The CACP, Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices, is an attached office of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, which was formed in 1965. It is a statutory body that submits separate reports recommending prices for Kharif and Rabi seasons. Based on the recommendations of the Commission of Agriculture Cost and Prices (CACP), the Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Government of India declares minimum support prices (MSP) for 23 crops before their sowing seasons. Support prices generally affect farmers' decision indirectly regarding land allocation to crops, quantity of the crops to be produced, etc. It is in this angle that the MSP becomes a big incentive for the farmer to produce more quantity. On 18th November 2004, the Union government formed the National Commission on Farmers (NCF) with M.S. Swaminathan as its chairman. It in 2006 recommended that minimum support price must be at least 50% more than the cost of production. When a farmer grows a crop, he incurs variable cost, some of it explicit, some implicit or unpaid. The Commission of Agriculture Costs and Prices (CACP) considers all these costs, and the cost is calculated involving actual cost plus field laborers, and final cost like A2 plus FL and C2. Actual cost consists of cash and in-kind expenses incurred by farmers on seeds, fertilizers, chemicals, hired labor, fuel and irrigation. Next onwards, the actual cost plus an imputed value of unpaid family laborers A2 plus FF is included. Finally, C2 cost, which includes A2 plus FL along with revenues foregone on land rent and fixed capital assets like interest. So, the final minimum support price will be inclusion of A2 plus FL plus revenues. Introduction of minimum support price. Minimum support price was introduced in mid-1960 and it was announced first time in 1966-67 when India was having food deficit status. The government was keen to boost domestic production through green revolution technologies but realized farmers would not implant input-intensive high-yielding wheat or paddy varieties unless guaranteed a minimum price. The food shortages faced during the mid-1960s pushed India to reform its agricultural policy, and accordingly India adopted significant policy reforms focused on the goal of achieving food grain self-sufficiency. Series of institutional reforms were undertaken to boost the agricultural production and to modernize the farming practices. These included land reforms, structural changes in the agricultural administrative arrangements, agricultural extension schemes, initiation of price support policies, including the introduction of the minimum support price for major agricultural produces, introduction of new technologies, popularly known as Green Revolution, strengthening of agriculture research, etc. Now, determinants of minimum support price. What are the bases for determining minimum support prices? While recommending price policy of various commodities under its mandate, the Commission keeps in mind the various terms of reference given to CACP in 2009. Accordingly, it analyzes various parameters for fixing prices like first one, demand and supply status, second, cost of production, third, price trends in the market both domestic and international, fourth, intercrop price parity, fifth, terms of trade between agriculture and non-agriculture, sixth, a minimum of 50% is the margin over cost of production, and seventh, likely implications of MSP on consumers of that product. It may be noted that cost of production is an important factor that goes as an input in determination of MSP, but it is certainly not the only factor that determines MSP. The government has agreed to fix the minimum support price at 50% more than the production cost incurred by the farmers. The minimum support price policy was launched in mid-1960s. In 1966-67, the minimum support price for wheat was declared as 56 rupees per quintal. In 1970-71, it was revised to 76 rupees per quintal, and at present, in 2020-21, the minimum support price for wheat is 1,975 rupees per quintal. While in case of paddy, in 1970-71, the minimum support price was 51 rupees per quintal. At present, in 2020-21, it is announced as 1,868 rupees per quintal. Now, importance of minimum support price. First one is fixed remunerations. The farmers are financially secured against the vagaries of price instability in the market. Minimum support price provides security to farmers from the risk of crop failure and less production. Second is informed decision making. MSP are announced at the beginning of the sowing season. This helps farmers to make informed decision on the crop they must plant. This advanced information helps the farmers to make an informed decision about which crop to sow for maximum economic benefit within the limitations of his farm size, climate and irrigation facilities. Third is diversification of crops. The MSP announced by the Government of India for the first time in 1966-67 for wheat has been extended to around 23 crops at the present. This has encouraged the farmers to grow these diverse crops to maximize their income. Fourth one is benchmark for private buyers. MSP sends price signal to market that if merchants don't offer higher than MSP prices, the farmers may not sell them his produce. Thus, it acts as an anchor or benchmark for the agro commodity. It ensures the market prices will not be drastically lower than MSP. Fifth is targeted crops. MSP is used as a tool to incentivize production of specific food crops which in short supply. MSP motivates farmers to grow targeted crops and increased production. Sixth importance is hence purchasing power. Slow farm growth and increasing farmers' distress demand for more MSP for farmers. It helps in enhancing the purchasing capacity of farmers. Here we have shown the minimum support price for Kharif crops for the year 2010 to 2021. We can compare the trend of MSP revisions for various Kharif crops. Here we have shown the chart of MSP prices for Rabi crops and other commercial crops for the year 2010-11 to 2020-21, and we can analyze the trend of MSP revisions from year to year. Procurement price and minimum support price. Sometimes the government procures at a higher price than the MSP. Here the price will be referred as procurement price. The procurement price will be announced soon after the harvest, while in case of minimum support price MSP, the rates are announced before the season starts. Normally the procurement price will be higher than the MSP but lower than the market price. The price at which the procured and buffer stocks food grains are provided through the PDS is called as issue price. Recently, the Cabinet has approved the minimum support price for Rabi crops for marketing season 2021-22. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, has approved the increase in the minimum support prices for all mandated Rabi crops for marketing season 2021-22. This increase in MSP is in line with the recommendation of Swaminathan Commission. In view of nutritional requirement and changing dietary pattern and to achieve self-sufficiency in pulses and oilseeds production, the government has fixed relatively higher MSP for these crops. The highest increase in MSP has been announced for lentil, 300 rupees per quintal, followed by gram and rapeseed and mustard, 225 rupees per quintal each, and safflower, 112 rupees per quintal. For barley and wheat, an increase of 75 rupees per quintal and 50 rupees per quintal respectively has been announced. The different remuneration is aimed at increasing crop diversification. So this presentation was all about minimum support price. Hope this will be useful to all of you. Now my presentation ends here. Thank you very much. I have given here my YouTube channel details. Journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Having requests, please visit the channel, subscribe it, and provide your kind and valuable feedback. Thank you.